Yes, so here we are, and it is time for Type 40. We are here. I know it looks like we've been held in some sort of detention centre for the time being. I mean, it could happen, couldn't it? Let's be honest. At some point down the line, I can't even remember where I'm supposed to be looking. But that's
we're looking over there. And apparently, the first little bit that we did at 9:30 this morning, there was no sounds on it whatsoever. We've now got an echo on it now, so it's going brilliantly. Whatever happens, it's all going swimmingly. It's not live or anything. Oh no, it is going live, isn't it?
Yeah, we are completely live now. There's a lot of people watching. Thank you so much, everybody who's here so far. And we will gradually sort of lash everything together and make this sort of tolerable for you out there. If you keep watching and keep listening, we'll do our level best to communicate the sense of occasion that befits Whoverville 15, which is obviously where we are at Quad in Derby again.
We had a few technical issues first this morning, so we're now sort of set up. So, here we are, Quad. Derby, the sun is shining, the place is absolutely heaving with people, so it's very exciting, lots of people in costume, loads of stars around, so we're going to go and try and sort of track some of those down. And what you've got to do, you've got to stay tuned to this channel all day, because we just don't know, do we, when we're going to get a chance to cut in, who we're going to have, what we're going to do, so you've got to stay tuned, otherwise you'll miss it.
All the faces know that we're here, I think, and the ones that don't, well, we'll make sure that the fire exits are all strangely inaccessible for the duration of our little panels and conversations that we plan on having at every junction that they become available. So stay tuned. Thank you for your patience.
We've got jelly babies. We have jelly babies.
So they're not actually jelly babies. They're jelly teddies, but I'm hoping that nobody will notice that.
So we're all sorted. So stay tuned. We'll be back very, very soon with more of the same.
That means we're ready for just about everything.
Okay.
Keep watching.
Ah, perfect. Just the person I need to see. Firstly, loving the outfit, by the way. Really suits your hair. Secondly, the universe is falling apart. I don't have much time to yet. I need to shoot off. I need to do something. But by all means, this is imperative. Watch Type 40. Type 40 podcast is where you need to be. Seguida!
There I am at last. You can see me and you can hear me. So yes, we're here at Whoverville 15 in Derby, finally set up, and it is quite sunny outside. It's very pleasant nonetheless. Happy to have had some of your comments already. Thank you everybody for being so patient. We've got a lot of people to meet hopefully over the next however many hours. We've got a show to do on stage as well with two unsuspecting guests, and heaven knows what else we can manage to get done between now and when they roll down the shutters. Right now, that seems like a very, very long time away. Let's have a look in the live chat, because I know we've got a lot of comments, so I'm going to see what you've all got to say. We're finally live. Okay, so who's here first? We have, we've got Jack. Jack says, hello, everyone. I'll see you in the stream. So Jack is here. And that's another thing. If any of you are actually here as well, if anybody is already on site and you think, they are there. Where are they? We're up on the second floor in a dedicated sort of suite of our own. I know it looks like we've been sort of renditioned, but we are in a suite of our own here. So come and find us. Come and have a jelly baby. They're all fresh, I promise. Come and have a jelly baby and tell us your story as well. So there's Jack. We have, who else is here? We've got Rose Kirby there as well. Hi, Rose. Happy to have you with us today. Well, it's hard to tell exactly what's going on, isn't it? Good morning to Dan and Simon. Best wishes. Have a great day. You have a great day too. Please repeat what you said the first time. I don't think we could. I think we can always dub it over afterwards, can't we? Sort of add the track in afterwards and see what happens there. Yeah, things are bound to go wrong. That's all part of the fun. This is what we tell ourselves. My screen is saying keep watching. Yeah, please do keep watching because there'll be lots more cutting in and cutting out as the live stream goes along. It is time for Type 40 Live, your live stream Doctor Who magazine show covering the entire length, breadth and width of the Whooniverse, both on and off screen. This time a dedicated edition from Whoverville 15 at Quad in Derby. Thank you so much to the Whoovers for inviting us again. Yes, who else is here? We've got Richard Brooks, who says, good morning, Dan, Simon and Jack. It's good to see you. So I'll pass that on to the pair of them when I can locate them. They're guest wrangling right now. They're not going to know what's hit them. We've got Adrian James in the live chat as well. You can hear me now, I'm sure, Adrian. I think people can hear me now. At least I hope you can. Morning, folks. Morning, folks. Morning, folks. Morning, everybody. We've got Rob, we've got timescales, we've got Charlotte, Queen Charlotte. Happy to see you there, Charlotte. Sad that you can't be with us, but hope you have a good Saturday nonetheless. I've got some comments here, Simon. Plenty of comments. We've got from people coming in, so that we'd look into some of those.
Oh, okay.
So flash one up on screen. We've gone there. There's a lot of them. Let's get right to the bottom there. We've got morning all from John Yulden. Hi, John.
Hello, John.
John's kicking around as well. Good to see you there, mate. And shalom from Ezra Goldstein. Now, seems as that was only a minute ago, I know that we're working. We are live. Everything is sorted out now, and it's just the people to grab along the way. Darren Woolshaw's in too and says good morning or good morning to you, Darren. Remind us where you are, Darren, what time zone you're in. And I've already said, Simon, if people are here
yes.
in Derby or
yes.
even in this building
yes.
and they're seeing this or they hear there's some kerfuffle going on, come and find us, come and show us your cosplay.
Come and say hello.
Come and have your lunch.
We're on the first floor. Come and find us. We've already seen at least one Type 40 around.
We have Simon Ashley.
Simon Ashley is in the building, so we know he's there. He's come and said hello. So hello, Simon, if you're watching this on catch up. So yeah, absolutely, come and say hello. Come and find us on the first floor.
And of course we've got Jack as well. Jack is closer than you think.
Jack's just out of shot. There's Jack.
So we'll be roping Jack
with his sonic screwdriver, misses.
And tell us about your Saturdays as well, and we can get back and have lots more conversations with you as it's going on too. So Darren says he's in sunny Staffordshire. Sure, you're not a million miles away either, Darren. But we hope we can bring you some of the joy and the splendour and the mystery of Whoverville 15 over the next however long. And yes, so stay tuned, everybody. We'll do what we can when we can. There's a lot to cover, lots of people to speak to, isn't there, Simon?
Absolutely.
I think gradually we've shaken some hands, so they know they know who's coming, even if they don't know what's coming. It's probably about the best that we can do. So yes, please like the video now. It does help more than you think, and it'll spur us on. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Come on, check that you're still subscribed as well, because YouTube does like to remove all that. And hit the cloister bell to get all the notifications. Right now, it's probably more important than ever, because let's face it, we could go down at any time. At any time.
That cursed doctor is interfering with my plans, but I will destroy the universe. He won't be able to stop me, but you might, if you watch Type 40.
We are live now with my favourite ever Doctor Who monster, Mr. Neil Cole.
We are here with friend of the show, Neil Cole. Come down all the way from
I'm thrilled. I'm starstruck because of Mr. Hall. Mr. Hall, I'm super starstruck with this a little bit.
So here we are at the quad, back at the quad, Whoverville 50, with the main man, the monster man himself. Mr. Neil Cole from the Museum of Classic Sci-Fi. If you haven't been yet, why haven't you been yet?
And you can even add a bit of product placement. You can even buy a book detailing the history of Patrick travel, told through surviving objects and researched over 2 years, hand-drawn and photographs from all over the world, including a Yeti spear from New Zealand. No one knew it existed.
And we are going to get Neil on the show at some point to talk specifically about this book. What have we got here then? Tell us what...
You're not just selling your wares, are you? Showing off, generally speaking. That's the craftsman as well.
Well, basically, one of the things that I got into unwittingly was repairing rubber monsters, because initially I just didn't want them to perish. I'd see them at exhibitions, and was just mortified that like the Garland best store was just perishing. And then as a result of the restoration, Mike Tucker very kindly of Doctor Who.
Mike Tucker is an absolute legend.
Yes.
Thank you, Mike. We salute you.
Yeah, very kindly donated this. He saw my Triffid restoration, and he went, he's seen that other guy in the 30s, and he basically started drawing. This is the original glove puppet.
This is just incredible.
It
This
is
is
just
1975.
Yeah.
Terror of the Zygons.
Terror of the Zygons.
We all laugh at it when it's in the show. We do laugh at it because it does look brilliant. It's this. Can I just literally just?
I've sealed it a bit now.
Look at that.
The key thing to do is
you
you
very carefully.
You have to seal them.
This is quite a big moment because this is one of my earliest memories. Terror of the Zygons. So
Look at the eyes.
Look,
You can see the eyeball. It on the show, it
Yes.
looks around, and it's got a little pinhole in it, which you can obviously manipulate the eye.
Got you. And you can actually, it's got a sideways iris.
Yeah. And I basically, it's been like architecture. There was the mark where the rubber.
So you had to and patch it.
And somebody online said, "Can you get that off, Neil? Because it's like," and I went, "No." Right. Bottom line is, he said, "You're not preserving it," and I said, "No. What I'm doing." Where there's fog, there is now restored scales. So all this orange was just fun. To be clear, I'm not covering the original.
So is this is the original photo? We can see the original photo around the back. There we go. There's the.
So if I hadn't done this work, it would have dropped a bit more. It was literally bits falling off every time I picked it up. Anything like that. I mean, that's now sort of, I've been coating it with thin resin over the last few weeks. A coat a day to make it very gradual.
And this one's capped at the front of the finger. You can be able to do anything with joining that.
I've started a new one. It had gone completely on there. And then at this bit, it's split entirely. So I just, yeah.
I don't know how to actually, but you can literally see the perishing rubber here, where it is literally perishing away down there. And there is beautiful little hexagonal scales.
Yeah. So she's going to be trying to get. Now, basically, I'm still working on these scales. They need to be sanded and filed a bit and tidied up. But I'm trying to. So each of these is by hand.
So if you turn it round, you can literally see the cable.
Yes,
in the hole out the back, where it would have been that they operated.
Yeah.
They would have been operating the facial.
Yeah. So this I had no idea this existed. No idea this existed.
No, nobody knew it existed. No. When this came up online recently, you were saying, it was like, how does that even still exist?
I don't.
Nobody knew.
The other piece, a similar thing happened with the Pyramids of Mars Echo, because this had literally been picked up by the BBC TV's Milton. I'm sorry, it's not the original, it's in the museum, but it had literally, that had been in a collection. The Milton and Son of the BBC had been given it from a skip by the visual effects team in the 70s, and it just pure love. Hello, Dan.
It's extraordinary the breadth of stuff that you've managed to bring. You've done a real
Yes, yesterday morning, I think about o'clock, drove to Boston to pick up books which were just printed to get 80 days. I thought that Boston tomorrow 8 p.m. I just like
forget what you look like.
I like roads, I like models, and I was pushing the limits of the containment system in the car from doing yesterday. It should be said.
Well, your baby's fine to hear what your latest play. People order coffee.
The best way is just to email the actual museum. It's going into a few sort of local shops, but just email the actual museum.
It looks splendid and beautifully finished off. And so it's first of all,
And basically, it's a little expensive, but these are the illustrations I do, and these are all done just. That's it.
Neil Cole is every kind of artist, a craft artist, a literal artist, and a writer as well. That's what this bloke can't do. We're going to write about him again later on at 6:55. You do the panels, not sure. I don't think for him anyway. He's very good priests and gatherings. Thank you, everybody. We're back from Whoovers 15 later on. Stay tuned. Cheers, Neil.
The only way you can help save the universe is by watching Type 40, a Doctor Who podcast.
Sure, we're live this time. So who have you got with you, Simon?
Everybody. Welcome back, everybody, to Type 40 here at the Quad for Whoverville in Derby. This is James Burgess. This is, and this. Tell us all about it. This is just the tip.
Some of which I've sculpted from scratch, like this bot robot here. He was a clay sculpt.
So that's clay sculpting. And then what is this? This is fiberglass?
Yeah, I'll show you actually. This is like the original. We have a back plate which is removable. However, unlike the original, it's stuck.
Please do not.
I don't use any Velcro.
Is it wearable?
It is indeed.
Go on then, James. Come on.
I'll show you.
Come on, it's got to be done.
So-
Hold the back plate.
Yeah, by designing these studs in with these.
Whoa.
I'm getting claustrophobic just looking at that.
Shall I take that plate off?
Right, I can take
You
that
do.
plate off.
You're used to doing this. I've got it. I've got the back plate. Yeah, I got it. Fantastic. Look at that. So put that in. So these are what are these magnets?
No, these are plates. They are. So I sculpted it with these keys in, and then I made the mold for this with a back plate included in the mold, so that this is a perfect negative of that, so that it does literally just click in place. Oh,
This is incredible. You need to see this close up because you can see the pores in Lynx's skin here. It's just an amazing. Was that an original sculpt? What's that?
this was an original sculpt. What I did was I took a 3D scan of my own head.
As you do.
Your own head.
I printed it life size, so the eyes are mine and the mouth is mine. I wanted this to be like if you met Lynx up close in full HD, you know, because on screen he's nowhere near this detail.
No,
but
no, no.
Of course, if he were a real creature, he'd be covered in detail. So that's where I really get into my own groove, is when I'm sculpting and painting skin. We've got a creature down here from. This was used in Syl and the Devil Seeds of Arador. Which is a
That
latex.
was Real-Time Pictures' fabulous production with the Bill Shaban.
Yeah, I can put that one on too.
Was this latex?
Latex.
Oh, look at that. Very, very cool. That's great for Halloween.
I see out through slots here.
Yeah, yeah, we can see the slots. Brilliant. And then, of course, this is the cyber controller.
Yeah.
From Tomb of the Cybernet.
And the dome and the face section are cast directly from the original stunt element, which was thrown in the episode.
Okay, so this is kind of as close as you're going to get to screen use.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Pretty much, yeah. The bus conductor.
Yes. Which is beautiful. What is this made
So far, this is my only fully 3D printed head.
Wow. I mean, the quality on this and the gold.
No, I have to thank my brother for this because my brother is the 3D printing whiz. I actually asked him to design these little keys so they twist and come out.
Look at that. And this is 3D printed as well.
It's all 3D printed.
Oh, it's 3D printed.
Yes.
Clever. I don't even pretend to
Ears.
understand.
Pull the ears out. They've got a little twist and turn system. So yeah, the backplate can come on and off.
So this is made out of plastic, or what is this?
It's 3D printing filament. So
Yeah,
it's essentially
It's magic to me, James.
a
It's magic.
plastic that you heat up through a nozzle and extrude it, which is why we have these machine type lines like this.
So but where'd you get it? I mean, the finish on this, you know, the gold.
Yeah,
I don't understand that. So this is not painted. This is
this is the colour of the 3D print, and because we specifically designed it to print ground as a machine turn, get that, and the trick is to start shiny and dull it down,
which is what you've done with and the weather.
I love most of that.
And this is my favourite. This is I just love. I love the
Well, no one's ever made one, so I thought it was time somebody did.
I mean, let's be honest, it's a pretty old design, isn't it? It's not
They,
design.
they're very blunt. I thought as a kid watching them on VHS, they were blunt design.
How long have you been doing this, James? Say, even as a kid. I mean, when did this
Yeah.
first bite? When did this
So
first
I think
take hold of you?
It started probably when I got the copy of Terry Nation's Dalek Special with the little cut out and fold your own
Yes,
Dalek.
I remember.
So I made a paper Dalek.
You still got it, haven't you? Still got that.
Dad still got my very first paper.
Dad's still got
Then
paper
I went
Dalek.
up to cardboard Daleks after that. Eventually, we went up to a proper wooden full-size Dalek. It took about 4 years of trial and error to build. And then I decided that, okay, there must be something more than Daleks. I want to make all the other monsters now. So clay was the only way to do that.
And you go around a lot of conventions, so I mean, I've seen you all the time on social media.
Every other weekend there's a convention.
Yeah. Do you ever get bored of sort of packing them all up and taking them all away? Because I've seen you. I remember you here last year. Saw you unloading and loading. There's a lot of legwork.
Anyone who ever takes big heavy things to events, again, relate that first thing in the morning is too early.
Yes, absolutely.
When you've done the event, you get home and you sit and relax. You have that moment with penny drops and you remember, I've got to put it away now.
Bless you.
But we've always got more room in the car than we think we have. Hence bringing. I wasn't sure if we'd fit the masks in today.
There is a Dalek on site, isn't there?
Yes.
Dalek has sadly gone. Dalek's out on manoeuvres somewhere. It's AWOL. It's AWOL, definitely AWOL. It's which is a bit worrying. It's a good idea. Did you build that from scratch, the Dalek?
Yes. Yeah. That was, so I had a lot of spare parts. I had almost enough spare Dalek parts to build another Dalek. So you'd think easy done. Except that I really wanted to build the Wilkie Dalek, which is the really skinny one.
Yes.
So, although I succeeded in making the regular top part, so I used up all those spares, and then somehow I still had a spare dome and the regular skirt section, which I never used because I built a Wilkie one instead. So I thought I've got to build another Dalek to now use all the spares up. So, yeah, 2 Daleks later, I finally used all the bits up that were lying about the garage.
Yes. You got all the projects on the way.
Yeah. I've finally got around to making a proper plug and a mould for the Dalek dome and the shoulder section.
Okay.
So I can cast them now. I don't have to make these.
So you've been literally set in the Dalek production.
Exactly. So I'm working on the red movie Dalek at the minute.
Oh.
I love that Dalek.
What colour are we going to do the balls? Gold balls?
Silver.
Silver balls?
Silver
balls.
Balls. Yes. Silver. And all the aluminium slats and everything. I just love them. I love those. The beakers dome light, they're going to be a little tricky to track down, but
There's a few charity shops.
Where's I found
Well, it's been a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for showing us all these incredible creations. I've seen social creations, and they are really, really works of art. So thank you very much. Thanks for stopping by.
The Cyber King approaches. Your lives are in peril. The only way to save yourselves? Watch Type 40.
We are live again here with Type 40 and Whoovers 15 at Quad in Derby, bumping into all sorts of people, including the Doctor himself, Doctor Who. You've escaped the clutches of the Scorpion for a few minutes at least.
He's let me off, have a day off.
So it materialised in Derby. You have to travel far, Phil. This is Philip Roy, who's playing Doctor Who in his tussle with the Scorpion. You have to travel far.
Yeah, I came up from the home of Doctor Who in Cardiff yesterday. 4.5 hours in the car, but that's because I got a little bit lost. But I've probably been quicker by TARDIS, but not as many.
Maybe next time. Yeah. So we've been following the progress of Doctor Who meets the Scorpion now for this part of the year.
Yeah.
Since you first announced the project, you're getting closer and closer. See little
We
photos
are.
here and clips, and you've been brilliant in sending us some exclusive published videos. How close to completion is it getting?
I think we filmed last week very straight graveyard in Cardiff. And I think with that done, we're about 80% of everything in the can. Obviously, there's going to be, when we finish the final 20%, there'll be a few months of post-production. But yeah, I'm still optimistic we can get it out by spring next year, which is what I wanted to do.
So for those of you out there who haven't heard of Doctor Who Meets the Scorpion yet, what is, give us the bullet points. How long is the fan film going to be? What's your intentions for it? And what teasers can you give people about what to expect as part of the story?
So it's a 70-minute feature film, maybe a little bit under, a little bit over. It's going to go out onto YouTube, free for fans to watch. Fan of Doctor Who, there will be some nice surprises, some turning enemies, some new enemies, some old enemies. Do have Daleks. You could start a 70-minute fan film without some Daleks in it. But yeah, and I think it's going to be well received. Yeah.
And you're still, how's this funded? Through it's privately funded?
Yeah, so it's privately funded through me. We do have a crowdfunder, which is chips a little bit. Most of it, so
This way.
yeah.
You haven't done Doctor Who for a little while, have you? So
No, it's been a few years.
have you found it? Have you changed?
I think they haven't changed that much. You know, it's still people having a great time, getting close to see their childhood heroes. Yeah, it's great. I love looking around the dealer rooms and thinking, oh, I had that, but it didn't cost me $400. My mum bought it for me in 1976. So yeah, it's been fun.
That's I can't help but laugh when somebody I know has just crouched down practically on all fours to escape getting into shot. So what's on your list of things to do for the rest of the day? There's a program, new events, people on stage and signing and all that kind of thing. Is there anybody that you want to see yet that you haven't got round to? What's on your list of things to do?
We haven't seen Graham Harper, but at the same time, there's a friend of mine who's a filmmaker. He's promoting his having made all of the world. So have a look at that on YouTube. I think it's been released.
John McCall,
Yes, yeah, Luke Walters is the filmmaker. So yeah, definitely worth a watch.
So lucky, aren't we, in the Doctor Who fandom, that there's all these creative people bringing all this fabulous stuff to life for us. Even if unofficial, official, I don't think it really matters anymore. Russell T Davies, there's everything counts. You absolutely count, Phil. And I can't wait to see the fan film when it does premiere eventually. I know we haven't got an exact time for time. It's quite a lot to ask for. With the fact that 80% of the way there now is absolutely incredible. We're happy to support you at Type 45.
Thank you. Cheers, Dan.
Fantastic to be here, Phil. And yeah, we'll keep watching. Thank you. More for us later on.
Hello, I'm Philip Roy playing the Doctor in the Doctor Who fan film Doctor Who Meets the Scorpion. I've been on quite an adventure, and this is most definitely the Type 40 podcast.
I'm live, so amazingly we're approaching midday here at Quad in Derby at Whoverville 15. Lots of hustle and bustle and lots of noise and kerfuffle, as you've no doubt heard on the video. Yes, the rooms are a bit echoey. We're working with what we're working with, I'm afraid. That's just the nature of this kind of live broadcasting that we're doing right here and now, giving you a sense of where we are and some of the atmosphere here on the day. In about 10 minutes time, Simon Horton, Shah, yes she is here, our MVP is here. We're going to make our way down to the theatre where we'll be talking to a couple of unsuspecting guests. So yeah, we can't bring you that just yet. That may need to be edited. Yes, so we can't bring you that just yet, but in the meantime, we'll be back with more directly after that. So thank you everybody for your patience. Loving the comments so far. Lots of good mornings and well wishes. Yeah, we can't do IT support, everybody. Believe me, this is the nature of the beast. But thank you, obviously, for your time, everybody who's there so far, and we'll get back to you when we can. We have sound, says Craig Light Owl. Good to know, Craig. Good to hear. And we've got Cheryl in the live chat who says, morning all. I hope you're having fun. Well, Depends what you call fun, really. Yet for the most part, it's been a lot of fun. I'll be popping in and out all day. Well, yeah, you want to get some lotion for that. Is there a scheduled live stream? Says Lieutenant Adventures. No, there isn't. You're going to get what you get when you get it. That's the nature of the beast. But it's what they call squeaky bum time. Keeps us on our toes and them too.
Live. I can't remember how much it went out last time, but we are live. This is Whoverville 15 in Derby. We're at the quad, more specifically outside quad here, hoping the Wi-Fi signal holds while I introduce you to these four gentlemen. They are collectively known as We Sound Familiar and Entertainment. For last night, before this all kicked off, they were there warming the cockles of all these attendees and probably some of the guests here at Whoverville 15. So Chris Walker-Thompson first.
Hello.
You are definitely Chris Walker-Thompson.
I think so.
I know this to be true. So obviously Chris has been a semi-regular on the podcast, on the live stream lately. Great to see you here. Of course, you've got these three reprobates with you. So, introduce me to the guys as we go along. Who's this?
Peter Wolf, very old school, brilliant impressionist. He's got you've been at it for like 20 years. Something like that. Yeah, on YouTube, isn't it? Still going. Yeah, and you do a fantastic Christopher Eccleston. I do absolutely fantastic. Everyone loves it. Still doing it. Didn't get the job. Still trying.
Say, don't drop the baby. Don't touch the baby.
Don't touch the baby.
There we go. That's what So that's number two down. And over here we have Jonathan Carley as well. Better known as the Ward Doctor, or the young Ward Doctor now, but also a man of how many voices here? Is it a dozen or is it 100?
Still counting. The number is still rising.
The count is still rising. So who is your favourite impression of yours?
Quite the obvious one, isn't it? What I get paid for.
It doesn't count. It doesn't count.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a performance, not impression.
Well, I'm more of a character kind of impressionist rather than actual personality.
In the same way that Kenneth Williams was, where he would affect the character.
Yeah, it's just other characters that other people have done is what I do. So, like, for example, name a Muppet and I can do it.
What you've got,
Wow, that's absolutely nuts!
I can picture him. It's really, really good.
I love it!
Fantastic stuff. And last but not least, we've got Elliot there on the end. So, yeah, and We Sound Familiar. Whose idea was all of it?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of like we all kind of came together in the past through just fan-made Doctor Who audio productions, just purely by chance. We all just seemed to find each other because.
And you were playing multiple roles and those things to help.
Kind of, yeah. The first thing I ever did, which really got me noticed, was I did the voice for the 10th Doctor in the Idiot Show production, their Doctor Who parody, where I had, the Time Warp, and I had to sing, which never again. And through that, obviously, I think a mutual person we all know is Crystal D. She introduced us all to each other, and I knew Pete from previously we worked together. And
one of those, you should be
so I know you know this person knows. Yeah. And we all just kind of like did a few bits together, and then we thought, why don't we just turn this into a thing? And originally it was myself, Chris, and Pete, and then we realised how incredible John is with his talents, and he's also just such a fun guy as well. So we was like,
Still talking about me.
yes. So and we were just like, should we ask him out? Should we ask him to join our posse? But then in the end, we just got a rope. Like, no, you're with us now. Come in.
I guested here 5 years ago, and then they made the offer after we did that show.
Yeah.
And so I'm like the Ringo. It slips out sometimes.
The real question is, which one's Paul, which one's John, and which one's George? Which one's George?
So you're not just here to hang out with the rest of the Doctor Who community. You're providing the entertainment as well. And I understand you're video.
Yes, a short film that been doing the rounds of festivals pretty well. Only one award, I think.
Which is best actor for this fine gentleman.
Well, I don't like the post, but yes, Steve was very generous in saying you want to screen it at the at Whoverville because we've got a slot. I'm like, sure, and the director's here as well. He was going to come along anyway. Yeah, Luke Walters.
So yeah, it's all worked out quite nicely, mutually beneficial.
When I saw that, it was quite somebody's there doing this and doing that and doing that, and apparently you're doing the raffle, and later on you'll be cooking.
And we did a quiz.
We did a quiz. Yeah. Barbecue later.
Definitely the rap.
No ends to their talents. So, what's your favourite impression?
I suppose.
What's your signature dish? That's what they'd say on Saturday Kitchen.
I think at the moment my two signatures are a lot of the time if it's not David Tennant, it's Matt Berry. It's one of those two that usually.
David Berry.
Yeah, David Berry. Yeah, she's doing like a Scottish Matt Berry. It's David Berry. It's a mix of the two combined as one biggest monster. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so a lot of the time people ask me to do when David Tennant do the whole wibbly wobbly timey-wimey stuff. And then when it's Matt Berry, a lot of the time they just ask me to say that and stuff like that. So you really are the most devious in New York City.
You've got to give the people what they want.
You've got to give the people what they want. If you don't, then what's the goddamn point?
So how all over? The pubs are open until whenever. Is that what you're doing?
Pretty much, yeah. I think it's just we've got the raffle, and then obviously we're going to be obviously just hanging around, talking, like meeting people. Because we know we've met so many people through Whoverville, and yeah,
It's been 5 years since we were last here.
yeah,
And obviously lots happened at that time. And it's one of the rare occasions we all get together. So last night was kind of for them. Tonight's for us.
Yeah.
we actually met a couple last night.
I'm from Brighton. Els from Bodnam, Bar, which is Essex.
Essex, yeah.
And I'm just
Nice,
outside Manchester. So we're dotted around. And,
Yeah.
getting together is a rare treat because trade fairs aren't cheap.
No.
Doing everything we do online is like it makes life a lot easier. And it's nice to just speak amongst ourselves, just catch up, do the things we do. And it's just, but there's that kind of moment. It's like
I miss you guys in real life, you know. I have to tell you, when we turned up this morning, a lot of people said to us, "Where were you last night?" But they expect us to be here. And the second thing they said was, "You missed some fantastic entertainment." Courtesy of those guys, you've absolutely done more than your bit. It sounds like to me, and yeah, we sound.
you sure they were here? They went somewhere else. That's fun.
We got some great video clips.
Oh yeah.
So where can people hear and see your stuff?
We've got our archive, the We Sound Familiar SoundCloud, still up there, and a few of our old episodes there.
On
Sketches
Spotify as well.
Yeah,
so
every single
well.
episode on there.
Yeah. So you kind of sort of like Pete said, you can listen to all free. It's on most audio streaming services, and there's some really good ones. Like we had an episode with John Fulshaw. We ran like I think we did like a Christmassy one as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
There's loads of stuff and there's stuff on YouTube as well. Like Christmas Carol.
We've done a full audio post from Christmas Carol
With Peyton Manning in it as well.
and John Cultural as well.
That's all like Doctor
Doctor Who
you know how
does
the
Dickens.
Muppets did Christmas
Yes.
Carol. It's
Yeah.
like, what if Doctor Who did Christmas Carol?
So you like
everything's played straight
Yeah.
with the voices of Patrick Troughton as Scrooge, Peter Capaldi as the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come, and we had Joe Grant, Katie Manning playing Joe Grant as Belle, and John Culshaw doing Tom Baker as like Fezziwig, and John Pertwee as what's his name? No, it's not Bob Cratchit. What's his name? Marley. Yeah. So, and it's really good. It's an hour long, and it's just I listen to it every year.
I'm going to go and find those playlists and hit them up. I'm going to save that one for Christmas because it sounds absolutely perfect. And just stay tuned for whatever you guys are going to do next month together and separately. You've all got various creative things on simmer. But it's great to meet you. I feel like I'm stood here as if I'm back with the reunited Gallagher brothers. That privilege. We sound for you. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll catch you around later. Stay tuned for more, everybody.
Say something nice. Otherwise, I'll destroy the universe if you don't watch Type 40.
Here at Whoverville was in Derby. A good day.
Very good day. What do we do here? When Whoverville 15. Does that mean it's been going 15 years?
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, that's been
It's
15
such a good convention for us. It's so relaxed.
So this is the first time you've been?
No, I've been here before. And it's so relaxed. I love the space, by the way. This is a fabulous.
Full of art.
Full of art, but full of really interesting things, and it's a really perfect space.
And it's a good for a convention because it's very intimate, isn't it? And so you get sadly getting idiots like us who are actually able to come right up to you. And
Not too big, but lots of different spaces to do different things. So it's a perfect space.
And you don't do panels? Have you done panels like that?
Not yet, started into.
Right, so you...
After that.
Your voice, yeah.
So you boys share all the same stories that everybody's always asking the same questions.
I know, I'm so boring. Just we did Tales of the Dark.
Yes.
You know, then there are lots of different questions now. About that, so I need to talk about that.
So tell us a little bit about Tales of the Dark. Can you tell us anything? It was a little CTC at the time.
So simple. We even signed an LDA.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can talk about it. Were you stupid question? Were you able to tell your family?
Well, I didn't, and then I went out to supper with. I went out to supper with Russell, and I said I told him. She went great. And he said, obviously, it's back. And I went, no. I'm talking about that.
Do you ever get bored of talking about Doctor Who's stupid question? Do you get the request from you to shoot it?
Don't forget, in my daily life, I'm usually going to paraphrasing. So I don't talk about Doctor Who all the time.
Do you want?
Yeah, I will. I talk about it when I'm sure.
Okay.
But it is fun.
Yes, absolutely.
It's just, we never, it doesn't matter how many times we talk, still working back. What do you think happens?
Sit down. So never going to happen.
She needs to be on stage.
Said,
I don't want to be in the fire.
I've got something to tell you. And I've got a confession to make, is what he said.
Do you want to?
He said, I've been to a convention. I went, yeah, and he said, yeah, I've been. I said, I can't believe it. And he said, I've got another convention. I was like, and he said, I loved it. You've got to come. You had
and that was a real late start. And isn't that wonderful? Because he was so much doing his conventions, he might have gone away from it. That's why I thought it wasn't really my God. That's so he loved it. That's brilliant to know that he was well received. Because I know Darwin's watched.
Yeah, I've got a good set up already.
Yeah. And I've spoken to Michael about it. He said that his dad said he was nervous, really nervous. So when he went to convention,
he did.
that made it easier for him.
I was at the convention when he first appeared. That's when I was literally. I was actually standing, not close to you.
Yeah.
As he was just getting ready to go through the doors. So for me, to run it was just around him. I've known it. The Doctor is standing there in costume.
Yeah. And then we have to back that. When you took a super genius region, I mean, that's but then to get patterned, if it hadn't been, we might not be standing here.
I agree. We've always said this on the show. We owe Pat an enormous debt because he made it leave at the time. The show wasn't working well.
No,
the ratings were down massively. He wasn't able to take that on, and it could have gone better. And he would have been the one who was responsible.
Yeah,
you're right. We wouldn't be here now.
We wouldn't.
Doctor it would be something.
Something in the
nobody
some
would
children's show.
So no.
Got one more question.
Go on. It is lunchtime.
This is Lord President Rassilon. Due to the interference of that idiot renegade, the Doctor, the universe is collapsing. Unfortunately, the Time Lords have no answer for this, and I am forced to call upon the services of Type 40 Podcast.
Sorry, man, we come to you live, so we were just thinking because we're being a little bit naughty with the Dalek and a reprobate that's on the street corner.
It's the Dalek that's the naughty one, not me.
We were bicycling down the gunstick, paying no attention to whatsoever. This is. Well, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jason Quinn, editor of Doctor Who magazine.
For all your sins.
I know, yeah.
So we just bumped into the street corner and we're like, what are you doing here, Jason? Yeah. And I'm a bit miffed because actually this guy has outdressed even me.
Oh, come on.
And I feel
Don't do yourself. I mean, this is a great jacket.
But look at the shoes.
Oh.
Please, look at the shoes.
Oh.
You know, we're not worthy. We're not worthy of the shoes. So I do feel a bit underdressed.
Actually, these shoes, they're kind of like, they're a snazzy version of old man shoes. Because they're comfortable. They're really, they're comfortable. I'm going to be on my feet all day. Well, they're probably better than Crocs because your feet don't get sweaty in these. And Crocs, if you're not wearing socks, they'll end up sliding a bit.
You see, you don't get this on every Doctor Who podcast. You really don't.
What's that Radio Free Scar? Yes, of course, because you're very much an official, the official Doctor Who magazine. Lots have been buying it for decades, even since
issue 1. What about you, Dan? I bought it for
issue 7 of Doctor Who Week, my first one.
Oh, I think that's the K9. That's the remark K9.
Didn't even flinch. No, none of that. You don't look old enough. Didn't even flinch.
No. I was wondering why you didn't get the earlier ones. Come on. I mean,
but this is where the official meets the unofficial. But obviously, you've probably been to a lot of Doctor Who conventions in your time, though. You've always been a Doctor Who fan.
I've always, yeah.
Lots of things you're into.
I have always been a Doctor Who fan, but we haven't been going. Now, yeah, this is the first one in a long time.
Oh, is it?
That I've been to.
But you've been editing the magazine. But now, how long?
It's been about a
year. It feels about a year.
Yeah, it feels long. But it feels like forever. No, it doesn't. It's gone really quick, and but yeah, I love it. I mean,
so did you buy issue 1 of Doctor Who Weekly?
I did, and I got it from Tom Baker himself.
Oh,
yeah, up in Leeds.
We are worthy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So what he was doing one of the
promotion. Yeah, it was a promotional tour that week, and he was up in Leeds, and so yeah, I went along from local news agent.
Wow, and you still got the exact issue. You keep it and just plug it on eBay like I did years ago.
No, sadly, it probably just got chucked out. I didn't even.
You put the transfers down, didn't you? I know.
I did put the transfers down. Of course, yeah. I mean, transfers. I love transfers.
We all did. Listen, man, this was in the days when transfers were cool things, isn't it?
I think they still are, but that you just can't get them.
I know you've been working in publishing for a long time.
Yeah.
There'll be lots of different things. And general publishing too. You have the opportunity to edit a title document like Doctor Who magazine. Did you find that daunting in any way? It's kind of like the Radio Times, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Yeah,
the Radio Times in Doctor Who.
It can be a bit daunting. I mean, there was the thought that, oh my God, what if I'm the one that pushes it on? It's
no pressure.
It's the longest running mag based on a TV show.
So it's
in the Guinness Book of Records. So it's in the Guinness Book of Records. All these things, and you were like, this is actually, what if I'm the kiss of death for it? But no, it was actually a great opportunity and a great, it would be so stupid to say, oh no, it's stressful. It's not. It's actually fun.
Because I've been a Doctor Who fan
as
well. A lot of Doctor Who fans here, myself too, can be quite opinionated about what we like. What we don't. When you come into something like that, there's some features you may want to cut back on. Or you actually want to bring with it your own ideas. How do you find dealing with the fans when they write to you?
Or angry fans.
Doctor Who fans are angry.
Oh, they are, aren't they?
Yeah. I'm one of them. I turn the pages. Oh, they've done this again. I'm not going to be too faced about it. How do you cope with that? And is it a longer creative process of trial and error?
Well, yeah, it'll always change. I mean, the magazine will change from issue to issue, and it always will. And people say, "Oh, you've changed it," but
you know what, we'll change it every issue, and you know, slowly, and it will alter all the time. So as for people, you know, obviously you can't set out thinking, oh, I'm going to really annoy the readers this issue. I mean, that's not the main intention. It might be a slight intention for a laugh, but it'll happen anyway. So
part of it, you know, Doctor Who fans are so passionate about the subject, aren't they?
They are very, and so whatever you do, you're going to annoy some, and then other things they're going to love.
Yes.
So
your first convention in such a long time. It's quite your place for you to conduct a bit of a litmus test.
It is. Well, no one's thrown stones at me yet. You know,
apart from me over the shirt.
Well, yeah, that was it. Yeah. So I've so far escaped unscathed. It's been, you know, it's been good.
And do you find when you do the magazines, you want to put some of your own sort of character into it, or is it a case of just carrying on the play?
I think possibly some of your own character comes in, but I think really what I want is sort of the magazine itself to reflect the show, and the show in its current era, which doesn't mean that we forget all about the past, not at all. We still do that, but you kind of want the tone of the era we're in now, and then when that changes, this will change, and you know, and it should all the way through.
And it's got to be said, one of your best covers on the magazine ever was the 600.
Oh,
with all those, and we talked about it on the
It did divide opinions. We can't like the book.
Yeah.
I personally rather liked it.
Oh, I loved it. And the reason I loved it was because we genuinely all thought it was done with CGI.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it was brilliant that you put stuff out there that showed you putting all the magazines down.
Yeah.
To prove this was real.
I'll tell you, it was heavy. It took longer actually clearing it up. It was quite quick putting them down, and it was all exciting and fun. But at the end of it, after the photo shoot, clearing them up was it took
Russell
forever.
drop you a DM and say, look, you know, you've left a copy of issue 362 underneath
under the
Well, actually, in the this is where you're going to kill me now. What's the bit?
It's the time motor.
Okay, in the time right, yeah.
Come on.
I know, yeah. You don't even know the time. Yeah, we couldn't get, and we put one of the magazines in. No, but we were clambering over the console to try and get it, and
Russell was looking askance from the one side.
Luckily, he wasn't there that day, so they gave us free reign to run amok in the TARDIS.
Well, it looked a lot of fun.
It was.
As opinionated as a lot of us Doctor Who fans are, me included, Doctor Who magazine, Doctor Who is kind of unreachable without it.
100%.
In October.
Yes, I'm sure that everybody just wishes you all the best for the magazine going forward. Reinvention after reinvention and reinvention. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm I am. Yeah, I won't say I'm looking forward to the next 45 years. I'm hoping it'll be around for another 45 years.
Talking about they are still open. Thank you very much, Jason Quincy.
It's been great to be here. Thank you.
And as for you, get more from Whoovers 15 here at Quad in Derby a little bit later on. Stay tuned.
See you later.
Bye.
I'm Leela of the 17, and you should watch Type 40.
Still live at Whoverville 15 here at Derby at Quad. And making our way through the various rooms. There are all three. What's the four systems? There's only three. It seems like there's four. There's rooms absolutely everywhere, and each of them holds different delight. Right. His name's Connor Atkins. We've featured his work before as well, but here he is in the flesh. So we don't just get to meet the man behind the artwork, but to enjoy the sight of its laid out here across the table. And first of all, you can look at these pieces. Huge mural. All of last year, weren't you? So everybody must have seen it on social media. How long did it take you again to think that they would make?
So to give you the time duration for the dates when I started, it was started on the 9th of December 2021 and it was finished on the 23rd of September 2023, so that's just over 21 months. In hours, it was 1,733 hours and 50 minutes.
Just keep them into
I actually have a very thorough ledger. I literally write everything I do down in my ledger.
Only Doctor Who fans. So it's all complete. You can see the finished work now. It's proved so popular that you'll now send prints of each component bit.
Yeah, that is true. So I have them ranging from first Doctor all the way through to the 13th Doctor at the moment. There are no other prints of any future Doctors yet, and that's primarily because A, I haven't got around to drawing them yet, and B, I need there to be a bit of material before I even come to
It's a bit of combined prints here. It was in Derby at Whoovers 15, and there's lots of individual portraits as well that line at the top. It was the black and white ones.
Again, I did that to essentially get the feel of the 1960s. They were 62 pounds, so it makes sense to go for black and white in this scenario.
They really are beautiful. Do you draw every day?
Yeah. So there are occasions where I do need a rest because if I've got a headache or something like that, no, I'm in no fit state to draw, then I need to take a rest. But generally,
you're pretty good at working out which those days are.
Well, it's a case of my mood, really. If you're in like the wrong sort of mood, you don't really want to be drawing because you run the risk of putting out something rubbish. That's the thing.
Drawing is a very therapeutic thing to do. It's something that I do in my day-to-day life as well. It's been my profession for 30 years, and I always say to people that it gives you a sense of well-being. I think there are people out there who say, I can't draw. I can only draw stick men. Everybody can draw something, and anybody can get something worthwhile out of something such as drawing and gradually improving. I mean, how long have you been drawing, and when you look back at your early work, and then compare it to this accomplishment?
So, in terms of how long I've been drawing, believe it or not, earlier this year I did just celebrate 10 years doing this particular style. So that's how long I've been doing it for with this stuff of art. And it is interesting looking back at my older pieces and looking and going, yeah, I'm thinking I was better compared to me 10 years ago. But yeah, it's just something that the more you keep going, the better you are likely to get as a result. And I always say you need to persevere in this sort of thing, because otherwise, if you just give up on the word go, you can then.
What are you working on at the moment? What's your latest?
So I will tell you what my most recent was. You probably saw it on Twitter. So
I have, but I don't think maybe you have.
Or Twitter or Instagram. I did just complete a piece for the 8th and the 9th Doctor, which I will say that it was the Doctor Appreciation Society who asked me to do this. And my current piece is of this lovely chap who wants to bring his gift of death onto you all. And then once I've gotten that done, I've got a plan.
I don't like it when it does that.
I have a plan.
If people want to see more and follow the various works in progress, where can they do that? Where can they find you on social media?
They can find me using the handles at Connor J. Adkins. You can find them up there. And this is on both Instagram and it used to be called Twitter, but it's now called X.
On the X. Connor Adkins there. Fabulous Doctor Who artist. I've been following him for quite a long time now. I think we spoke on 2 years ago. And to see the improvement in your work since then. And also travel to lots of people seem to have and seem to be sharing as well. You've got something to say?
Yes, so there is an art exhibition for those who don't know, celebrating 60 years of Doctor Who in the form of artwork. and every piece in there is a well-known piece of artwork that fans would recognise, like the Target covers and the VHS covers. Except I can actually claim that I am the only fan artist that's in there essentially among the greats.
Everything else is commercial art that people have paid for to be the cover of a record or a CD or something.
Yeah, except and I will tell you which pieces are in there. I will hold them up. It is these two parts of my mural for the Ninth Doctor. So essentially, I was approached by the organizer, the lovely John McClay, and he asked me, "Would you like to have? We would like to exhibit a couple of your pieces in the art exhibition for 60 years of Doctor Who." And you can imagine my surprise when he asked me, because essentially I've done nothing really by comparison to all the greats that are in there. So I was like, yes, because this is technically once in a lifetime from my perspective.
Well, it's really lovely to see all your work laid out in this way. It's great to hear your story. It's good to know that you're pushing on and finding new challenges, new projects to move to. And I can't wait to see what's next. I'm happy to and support it and get there to solve things.
It's not Taunton. It's Museum Sunset, which is in Taunton, where the exhibition is currently, and that closes on the 5th of October. So you've literally only got a month until it closes.
Great to have you back. We have to talk about this all again. I think this has been myself, Dan Hadley, with Connor Atkins here at Quad for Whoovers 15. At last, catching up with this fabulous artist. Go check out his work on social media. More from us later on. See you later. Thanks.
Go on then.
You're watching Type 40.
Woo!
Welcome back.
We're still here. Quad in Derby.
We're still here. We've been for hours.
They're nearly wrapping up, aren't they, as I understand it? It's nearly all over bar the shouting. We're still here, still talking to people, and we managed to get somebody who I want to speak to all day. Not least of all because he's a friend of the show. He's been on the podcast before. He's also a big friend of the mega geek Ian David Diaz, one of our own. So that makes Dominic Glynn here one of our own by default.
Absolutely. Yeah. Saying, how you doing, Ian?
We've
Can't hear you.
You've been having a good day then, Tom?
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah,
so you've done a panel.
Yep.
Done some signings, and some autographs, all the rest of it.
Photos. It's great because it's all in one day. It's very packed. It's very intense.
Yes.
It's a very short time.
Yes. But it's also, I always think it's just, I always say this, and I do think it's the best convention out there because it's just so intimate. You're just wandering around, people just get to chat to you.
But everyone's very respectful.
Yes.
Well, so nobody sort of like in your face. It's very, very respectful of what you're doing.
We just grab him. We
just slapped him on the back and said, come and have a chat.
We're actually friends. You know.
Is this the first convention you've done for a while?
No, I did one last week.
Oh, did you? Where were you last week? We're not worthy from Long Island to Derby in 1 week.
I've done Long Island. What else was I last? I was in Gallifrey last year.
Still want to get out to Gallifrey.
Yeah,
still want to get out there.
I think Doctor Who you're involved stretches back through all of that time, and it's still taking you to all of these places, all of these people, generation after generation.
Yeah, it is insane actually. I mean, obviously when I started working, I knew it was a big thing.
Yeah,
and I knew that it's momentous. I got a job working.
Well, you were a fan. You were a fan.
And
you wrote to them. He wrote that. You wrote that, didn't you? You wrote. You're cheeky. You said, "Can I get a gig?"
Because I thought I'd like to work on that show. I knew that they used electronic music, and then after what opportunities after electronic music, like obviously my favourite show, Doctor Who. I was the producer. Yeah, but so big fan for a long time.
And have you noticed? Do you notice sort of a difference? Stupid question between British fans and American fans, literally within a week of each other. What is the difference? You know, is there a difference? Because I think there used to be. I think there used to be a difference.
Everyone's blending much more. I mean, it used to be that American fans were always dressed up, and now that's not the case. And actually, there are more people here who do cosplay
Yes, totally. Far more people in cosplay than used to be back in the day, in the sort of 80s when you were working on the show.
Exactly.
People that no.
Word didn't exist.
No, it didn't. Cosplay did not exist. No. We just used to say, who is the strange person in costume over the and now it's just completely normal. Yeah. And isn't that part of that's good, isn't it? That just
it was definitely more in America. That's the thing. I didn't do an American convention until about 2010.
Yeah.
My first US convention. Yeah. And then I've been going fairly often. Yeah. There aren't as many as there used to be in America.
Yeah.
Conventions all over
every week. Every week. Again, back in the 80s.
And now they're just sort of certain key conventions. They're not.
Does it kind of amaze you that you, as dancers, it's how many years since you worked on the show? Does it amaze you that you are still coming back to these things, still talking?
Yeah, I mean, as I say, so I knew when I got the job, I knew that it was a big deal, but I didn't think that actually nearly 40 years later, people would still remember what I'd done.
And do they still do? Yeah, they know the stuff.
They know specifically.
You've had all this time since where you're very, very successful composer, aren't you? Yeah. Musician in your own right. You perform as well as write stuff. You've done all this work subsequently from Doctor Who.
It's Doctor Who that gets remembered.
And is that good? I mean, I always say it's got to be good to remember for something.
It is good. I mean, it's like people say about being known for one role in some show, and people say, it's a problem. And actually, no, it shouldn't be. It's led on to so many other things.
Yeah.
So if I hadn't done Doctor Who, I wouldn't have got the other jobs that I've got because,
And the other thing that does have to be said, and I am going to embarrass Dominic now, and I don't care because he knows this. I've always said, no, it's true. That first 60 seconds of music at the top of Trial of a Time is the finest piece of music ever to grace Doctor Who. And I mean that. I genuinely mean that.
You say it all the time when you're not.
I really do. I really do. And often we will talk on the show about what are people's favourite piece of music from the show. Yeah. And that always comes up. I mean, that's just a great.
Humbled that you think that. I mean, that's really nice.
It was a spine-tingling moment. I was there in '86 at the convention
when they
screened it on the big screen, and so that's another reason why it's got a fond place in my heart because it just everybody applauded.
So I would say that I was extremely lucky to get that my first piece of music on the show because it's a great.
You sent that in, didn't you, as a kind of a demo?
Well, yes.
You got scripts, didn't you?
Yeah. So I sent in demos originally on cassette, just random things I for no apparent reason, stuff. But then when it came down to he was actually wanting me to do the show, he wanted to give the final sort of what's the word to actually believe I could definitely do it.
Yes.
He sent me the script, final test. He gave me the script without opening the sequence.
Yeah.
And I had to score it from the page. So that was originally written as a
from a mistake.
Yeah. And actually, it was a great piece of script. The actual
description. Gave you the impetus, the
inspiration. So the page one of Trial of Time, or Mystery of Planets, is just a description of that space station, and it uses words like cathedral.
Yes. And you took your inspiration.
Yes. Yeah. So I was very lucky. Also, as I always say when people ask me that, I was also lucky that there's no dialogue. So I was able to write a piece of music that was not having to be the dialogue because my big thing is I hate
nuance of it would be heard.
Yes, and I hate music that crashes the dialogue.
Yes,
I'm really keen on something like
letting the dialogue breathe, but then letting the music breathe when that gets changed.
Exactly. So if you watch that sequence, there's a big piece of music at the end. Then it scales down a bit as the doctor goes into the trial room, and then it goes right
down to a bed.
Yeah.
I know. I'm replaying it in my brain.
Have you had a good day today? Has it been exhausted yet? You going to
I'm going to drive home, so I'm going to drink. But I might have a drink.
What time is it now? It's 5:10, so it's been a long old day. But
I do have one more question for you, Dominic Glynn. What's the David Pierce, the mega geek, really like to work for?
The absolute
we knew it. We've said this, haven't we?
So megalomania.
We tried to get him off the show.
Ian Dio's megalomania.
And on that bombshell,
lovely guy.
Thank you very much, Dominic Glynn. Absolute pleasure again, as always. Dominic Glynn, stay tuned. We might have a little bit more before the day is out. Stay tuned.
The universe is collapsing. The only way to save it is to watch Type 40.
This is time for Type 40 Live. We're at Quad in Derby again for Whoverville 15 here. Everybody's being very obliging, or as obliging as they can be with their time. We've got attendees, we've got guests too, we've done our panel, and we're just grabbing who we can when we can and getting them to say whatever time and decency will allow. So yeah, we are going to keep streaming for the next few hours, and we'll cut in when we can with what we can, what little treats we can get for you, so that you can feel like you're here. Maybe you've seen people you recognise already, and could be you want to join in the fun yourself. So let us know there in the live chat. Have we got any comments? I think we have. We've got people watching. Thank you, everybody, because we do need to check every now and again to make sure that it's all still going. We've got... yes, I know. Yes, yes, so who have we got? We've got Cheryl's in as well. Yes, this is just the nature of doing this live show. We're here for hours on end. Thank you for being here, though. And obviously, we can do things afterwards as well. And yes, some of you have noticed the pictures that we were sending earlier on, direct from the desk with the Cybermen helmets and the Sontarans and everything else. And yeah, they are absolutely fantastic. So says Peter Harrington there and Stephanie Barrett. The incredible craftspeople that fill out the Doctor Who community. And there's table upon table full of people not just showing off, not just showing off like we had there, but people selling their wares as well. Things that they've made and on things that they've written or drawn or painted, and we'll come to some of those, I'm sure, as the day goes on. Of course, Keith Barnfather's here as well. Got a new DVD. I think gets published in the next few days. Having a big premiere tomorrow. Alex, the Light Dreams, is there, and he says, have a great day, and make sure everyone buys a copy of Saffron from Real Time Pictures. We'll do our best, but I think Keith's got that covered. He's out there doing what Keith does. What else have we got? Have a cracking day, guys. Hope to catch a few bits and pieces. Well, yeah, we'll give you what bits and pieces we can, Peter. Hi, folks at Whoverville, says Rose. Wishing you all the greatest, most fantastic day and safe travels home. Yeah, so we'll just keep at it. We've got a couple more people lined up right outside, in fact, who are waiting to speak to us. Well, we're still here at Quad in Derby. They haven't thrown us out yet, even though Whoverville 15 is winding down, everybody. We're still here, and I'm grabbing whoever we can, friends or foes. Happily, this is definitely a friend, a friend of the show, a regular guest and sometimes panelist, Will Hadcroft, the actual writer, Will Hadcroft. Will, how's your day been? Quite a long one?
Oh, it's been quite a long one. I am a bit tired. The bags are under my eyes, folks. But it's been a good one. Yeah, done some signing of the new CD.
So, Will, obviously we know you not just as a friend of Type 40, but you are the writer of The Resurrection Plant and now Dark Contract as well from BBC audio books. So these are audio originals, aren't they? For the people out there who don't know, we always have to remind people, what's the audio originals and what makes them different from the other range?
Right, so audio originals are brand new stories set in the series past, but they're prose stories read by a single voice. So rather than a full cast drama, it's a 1 hour story written in prose, read by an actor from the series, and then enhanced with sound effects and incidental music.
Sounds good to me. And when was Dark Contract released? About 3 weeks ago now?
Yeah, beginning of August, yeah.
How's it going? That's what you've been signing the majority of today.
Yeah.
Or did people come to you with both of them?
Yeah, one or two bought both. A handful bought just the Resurrection Plant because they'd never heard of either of them, and people have already bought the CD covers for me to sign. Yeah. The most unusual request was to sign a photograph of me. So somebody
of you.
Of me. Yeah. Somebody had grabbed a photograph of me off the internet and had it properly developed. It was a proper...
When you say off the internet, it wasn't a still from a CCTV image or anything like that. Well, you went to the garden.
I did look a bit dodgy on it.
In the greenhouse.
So they said, will you sign this? So I sort of puzzled slightly, but if you want a photograph of me, I'll sign the photograph of me. So
that's a
was,
very first. That was the first for Whoverville 15, was it, Will?
Certainly, it's a first for me, that's for sure. Yeah,
Fabulous stuff. So, yeah, who else have you seen? Because I know you've been, like you say, you've been signing and talking to your punters, but who else have you seen in your capacity as a hardcore Doctor Who fan?
Yeah, I had a little chat with Dominic Glynn, the composer, so that was nice. I remember buying the 12-inch single of the theme music to The Trial of a Time Lord back in the day. And a friend of mine who was in the Appreciation Society used to have a cassette that Dominic did called Backlights, which is all the music from Trial.
I've got that. Yeah,
you still got it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've asked Dominic about will that ever come out on CD. He didn't look hopeful. I don't know if he's not got the tape anymore.
He might not own the rights to it or something like that. The masters. That's the word they use. The masters.
The masters. Yeah. So that was nice. Who else have I haven't spoken to that many people because I've been sat at my table. I've missed nearly all the panels because I've been sat at the table, but then that's what I'm here for, so I'm not going to complain about that.
Have you had a good day?
It's been a good day, yeah. And it feels different than the previous time. I don't know whether it's me that's different or the crowd, but a different experience this time round.
Well, the phrase that we've used a lot today, both Simon and myself and Shah and Jack and everybody else, is it is what it is. And I think that's, you've got to sort of live in the moment, haven't you, and take the experience for what it is. There are loads of people here we haven't had time to get round to speak to. There's some people we've just been passing in corridors, people that we know, people that we like, but they're on their way to do something. We're on our way to do something, and we're sort of ships that pass in the night. But maybe next time, we say, maybe next time. But we'll always try to make time for you whenever we can. Following your, I mean, obviously, we wish you every success with Dark Contract. It's still very early days for that, but we're behind you every step of the way. Anything you may be doing in the future, and hope to bring you back onto the live streams or the podcasts at some point over the next couple of months.
Yeah.
In fact, we've been speaking about a couple of projects over the last few weeks, haven't we? So
a couple of things in the
tuned for that.
pipeline, folks.
But it's great to see you again in person. Happy to catch up, and again, every success for Dark Contrast. We'll be back with a review of that in the not too distant future too as well. So get your copy ready, then you can join in. Stay tuned for hopefully a little bit more here with Type 40 Live at Whoverville 15 here with us.
The universe is collapsing. The only way to save it is to watch Type 40.
And we're live again for the final time here from Whoverville 15 at Quad in Derby. We've had a fantastic day.
It's worn us out.
It has indeed. Because we're massive Doctor Who fans, of course, we have a wealth of battery power in reserve for such occasions as this.
Speak for yourself.
If we think we're big Doctor Who fans, I know that somebody is pretty much the ultimate Doctor Who fan who probably clocks up more mileage and meets more Doctor Who celebrities than anybody I'm aware of, because every time I go on social media, this bloke seems to be at another end of the country, Simon. We've got him right here, Phil Newman. Welcome back. You've been on the show before. We've spoken before. It's the first time in the celebration.
You and I go back, goodness knows, more decades than we can. Over 40 plus years. You and I have known each other. As literally like
man and boy.
So have you had a good day?
Yeah, it's been a great day. Yeah.
Are you worn out?
No. Probably if I sit down, I should probably
You've got another event to go to tomorrow?
No, I'm going out tomorrow.
You're actually having a bit of a break. Yeah. So who did you get to see panel-wise?
Saw some of Philip Hinchcliffe and Roger Murray. I saw most of Eddie Padbury and I saw some of Caroline.
Brilliant.
And a little bit of Chris Jack.
So you dipped your toes into
Yeah, it's quite hard to go and see everything because there's so much going on.
For anybody out there watching or listening who has never even been to a Doctor Who convention of any age, what would you suggest is the ultimate sort of Doctor Who fan experience? What should they hope to get from actually coming to a convention that they can't get anywhere?
I mean, it's a mixture, isn't it? It's meeting people that you've always just seen on the favourite TV show, and it's a chance to mingle and socialise, make new friends, meet up with old friends. It's kind of a social world,
Some
really.
people find it quite intimidating, the idea that so many people.
Well, it can be. This isn't
a huge
It's a
event.
nice middle ground, isn't it?
It's a packed schedule for a one day, but none the worse for that.
But you can see lots of people behind us are all just sort of mingling. The convention's just sort of finished, and it's just mingling and having a good time. Nobody actually wants to go. So it's all just sort of winding down, but people are still hanging around chatting because that's what conventions are, isn't it? That's what it's all about. It's not just coming to see.
It's not all about the spondoolics
and the people on the panels.
No.
It's just not about.
It's a mixture. Yeah, of course you want to see, from the show.
Of course you do.
And there's not much point going to an event if you don't.
Yes. but they are. Yeah, it's as you say, it's a package. Yes. Have you got any more lined up? Any more events on the way?
No, I don't think so. Oh no, I'm going to the press event with Sun.
Oh, okay.
Actually, that's next Sunday.
Oh, so there you go.
That's next
I knew
Sunday.
there'd be something
Well,
like
there's a Dragonfire reunion and it includes Edward Field. I've never met him.
Oh,
and
he was here last year. Bless you.
And I love Juliet Bravo, and he was in that.
He
Should we do the benches?
No, let's not.
You can do it. I'm not.
It's tempting.
It's like to send everybody over the edge. Yeah, Phil, we've had a fantastic time as well. So many people have shaken a lot of hands, and we've had a really great time here. We've brought as much of it to you watching live there on YouTube as we possibly could have done. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for sticking with us through various spotty problems we've had with Wi-Fi and technology and all that kind of thing. But we've had a really great time. Some superb people, really met old friends. And let us know what you think of it all in the comments section. That's another Whoverville all wrapped up.
I think it's all over. No more champagne, and the fireworks are indeed through. Here we are, me and you.
Back down the A roads and the B roads. And yes, as for you out there, please like the video if you haven't already. It helps a lot. Subscribe to the channel and check you're still subscribed. Get back to us in the comments section with anything you'd like to say to us or any of the guests. We can pass some of it along as well. And stay tuned for more about our hijinks. Yes, this has been Type 40 live at Whoovers 15 at Quad in Derby on Saturday the day.
31st of August.
It's 2024.
It's been one of those days. We're worn out. We've had a fantastic day. We hope you have too. We definitely hope to see you out there again in the evening somewhere. Come and keep on tuning in to us. We'll bring more fun.
We always have the time if you have the space, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.